This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so can you just tell me the recap of what we have discussed yesterday before we go further in our today's topic? So, what was the topic yesterday?
It was related to creation of chart of accounts variant and assign the chart of accounts to company
Mm-hmm.
and creating of group of chart of accounts.
Mm-hmm. Account groups, right? Within the
Account
chart
group.
of account, creating the
Yes.
account groups.
Yes.
So that is all part of the chart of account settings. Okay,
Yes.
so what is chart of account? Why do we need chart of accounts?
List of GL accounts.
Sorry, two.
List of GL accounts.
Okay, chart of account is list of GL accounts. But why do we need that? Is it mandatory to create chart of accounts, or we can survive without that?
To record the financial, we require the chart of accounts a must.
To record the financial transactions, if you want to post any accounting document, definitely accounting document will be created by debiting some GL account, crediting some GL account, right? And if you want to credit something, if you want to debit something, we definitely need the accounts, okay? And that accounts is nothing but it is a part of chart of accounts. So if you have 100 accounts, 200 accounts, 300 accounts, many companies have n number of accounts. Why those are required? Because if you want to perform the accounting, we need to have the list of those GL accounts. Okay, so what we normally do is we can have one list of accounts which is assigned to multiple company codes. Okay, so for example, yesterday we have seen that we have two company codes, we have two legal entities, one in India, second in US, the two company codes that we created. But we don't need the separate list of GL accounts for them. We can just go with one single chart of account which can be assigned to two different company codes. Why? Because most of the GLs, see, I'm not saying all the GLs, most of the GLs are going to be same. So for example, accounts payables, both the company codes are going to use. Accounts receivables, again, both the company codes are going to use. Fixed assets, current assets, all these company codes are using the same chart of accounts. But what could be the examples of those GL accounts which must be different? Cash bank. Bank account, very importantly. Even the cash account, because cash account is petty cash account. So I cannot have the same petty cash box available for both the legal entities. I'll be having the separate petty cash account for India, separate petty cash account for US. Similarly, if I'm talking about the bank account, now I could normally create one single GL account for each and every bank account that I have. So yesterday we have seen the example that if I have the ICICI Bank as my bank account, HDFC Bank as my bank account. So this too needs to be created separately. Now, definitely, ICICI Bank account 101, I'll be only using in India. I cannot use the same account number in US, right? So these are some of the examples. Okay, so if we go through this list of 22 GLs, which we highlighted yesterday, just let's try to highlight which are those which will be created separately for each company code and which are those which will remain common in all the company codes. So cash and bank, definitely this has to be different because petty cash box is different for two company codes. Then ICICI, HDFC Bank, these are again the examples of GL accounts which must be different in two different company codes. But then you can see sales from goods, sales from services, sundry creditors, sundry debtors, discounts given, purchases. You can see these are very common expenses, all of them. This will remain in each and every company code. Okay, so I don't need to create a sales from goods revenue as a separate GL account. I can use the common GL account for both the company codes. And how will I get benefited if I create a common chart of account? What is good thing if I have the same chart of account?
So we can consolidate both.
Consolidation,
Yeah.
very good. Yeah, consolidation is very important. So if we have same chart of accounts assigned to two different company codes, if I generate the report at the chart of account level, it will give me the group level reporting. Okay, so my group level reporting will become easy if I'm using same chart of account. Okay, clear on this? These are the things that we discussed yesterday. Maybe I'll just quickly show you what configurations we have completed yesterday. And I'm also assuming that you are also practicing parallelly. So definitely you will come to me and you will say we don't have the server access till now. So for some of you, I already arranged the server access yesterday, but for others, Minal, Vaibhav, Shrikant, you will get your server access today. And those of you who are coordinating with Krishna, I will ask Krishna to arrange the server access today itself. So all the participants should get the server access today. So whatever we have done till now, okay, whatever we have completed even till today, I will send you one assignment. Okay, you have to carry out that assignment and you have to submit the screenshots by this Wednesday. Okay, so that is a process that we will follow. Whatever we are doing on Saturday and Sunday, I want you to practice that, create the screenshots and send it back by Wednesday. Okay, so in order to create a chart of account, we use this financial accounting, general ledger accounting, master data, GL accounts, preparations. Okay, so first we created the chart of accounts. We just provided one code and one name. So we used ABC0. 0 means our company codes are I and U, ending with I is India and U is US. But we are creating the same common chart of account. That is the reason we provided ABC0. Okay, then what we defined in ABC0, we told that the maintenance language of the GL accounts is going to be English and the length of the GL account number is going to be 4. What is the maximum length that I can have? 10 characters. We discussed yesterday, the maximum length that we can have for the GL account number is 10. We cannot go beyond 10 characters. Okay, and then once we created the chart of account, we assigned it to the company code. Okay, so that is the next activity. In this activity, both our company codes, ABCI and ABCU, both are assigned to the common chart of account. Okay, and then I told you to divide this GL accounts into logical groupings, right? To divide these GL accounts into logical groupings. These are the logical groupings: cash and bank, revenue GL accounts, current assets, fixed assets. These are the logical groupings. So what we need to do is we need to create these logical groupings in account groups. Okay, which is the next activity. Define the account groups. So how many groups we created? We created in our chart of account ABC0. These are the different groupings that we created: current assets, cash and bank, secondary cost element, expenses, fixed assets, revenues, share capital, and short-term liabilities. Okay, so any GL, whenever we are creating any new GL account, we have to specify whether it is of type current asset or it is cash and bank or it is secondary cost element. Okay, so we have to very clearly tell the system what kind of GL account are we creating. And based on that GL account, we have to provide the numbers also. Okay, so if I'm creating the fixed asset account, I cannot use any other number to this GL except this range. Okay, another important thing which I've missed to tell you yesterday, this 10 digit code, it is not necessary to be numeric. Okay, it can be alphanumeric. So you can have the GL account numbers also as alphanumeric. Earlier those were not supported, but from now, from years, it is started supporting. So maybe I'll show you one example. If something is already created. If not, we will try to create one. You can see this Z. What does it mean? It is an alphanumeric. Okay, so but whatever years of experience I have, okay, so wherever I have worked, I never seen the customer is using alphanumeric. They normally use numeric number. Okay, but practically it is possible. Okay, so account group, and the last activity that we have done was define the retained earning account. Now, what is a retained earning account? We very clearly discussed it yesterday. Anyone, can you tell me what is a retained earning account?
If last year we have anything profit, so we will transfer to next year.
All right. So at the end of every year, we normally perform the balance carry forward. Balance carry forward means whatever is my closing balance of the current year, that will become my opening balance of the next year. Right now, if I transfer the balances of this GL accounts that we created, so whatever is my cash balance at the end of 31st March will become my opening balance on 1st of April. Whatever is my bank balance, again, that will become my opening balance of April. Same way, whatever amount I need to pay to the vendors, whatever is the closing balance on 31st March, it will become my opening balance on 1st of April. But whatever was my revenue for the last year, whatever is my revenue, whatever are my expenses for this current year, definitely I don't want to transfer this. I don't want to transfer this to the new year. Okay, I just want to transfer the remaining amount. So let's say I made the total expenses. I have written here example. So yeah, this is the example yesterday we have seen. So if I have the total expenses of 15,000, okay, and we made the sales of 25,000. So if you see this, we made around 10,000 as profit. But out of that 10,000, we have given the dividend to our shareholders for 5,000. Okay, so now we are only left with 5,000. So that 5,000 will be transferred to the balance carry forward using this retained earning account. Okay, so there is a configuration where you need to tell the system what is your retained earning account, which account will be used as a retained earning account. So here you need to just enter your chart of account ABC 0. Okay, here I told you to maintain X. I'll tell you why, or maybe you can maintain Y. If you maintain 2, then only you will understand what is the difference between X and Y. Okay, and as of now, because we have not created any GL account, we don't have any GL account created for the retained earning. So that is the reason I'm keeping it blank. Okay, once we create the GL accounts at the end of the year when we are doing the balance carry forward, if these GLs are not maintained, system will not know where exactly to transfer the balance. So at that time, it will definitely throw error. So as of now, it is fine. You can click on save. If it is issuing the warning message, just ignore, press enter. Okay, just remember this thing. Whenever you are getting this kind of errors, you only need to worry if it is red. Okay, yes, if it is red, it means it is stopping you to proceed. It will not allow you to save that. There is something wrong. Okay, but if it is a yellow message, don't send me the screenshot that I'm not able to do this, because this is very common. I get a lot of WhatsApp messages that, sir, I'm trying to create a retained earning account, I'm getting this error. Don't worry about this. If not here, anywhere, if you are getting a yellow message, if you just press enter, it will go away. Okay, so just press enter and it will allow you to proceed. Clear? So now let's come out. So our retained earning account is also done. Yes.
But this yellow message will reflect somewhere in the future, right?
No, yellow message, yes. See, it depends. Now, here in this activity, it is yellow message because we are still not performing the balance carry forward. But when you will try to do this balance carry forward at the year end, then definitely it will not be yellow, it will be red, because at that time it is important. So it is just giving you the warning that something is not 100% complete, but still it is manageable. As of now, it is manageable. That is the reason it is a warning. But later on, if you are trying to do some process for which this activity what you have done was mandatory, then only it will result into error. Okay.
Okay, Vikram.
Yeah. See, even you can do one thing. If you already know that, okay, I have not created the GL account, but I know my retained earning account would be 2010. Although I have not created it, I have still not created any GL account. But if you already finalize that this is going to be my retained earning GL account number, then again, if you press enter, it will again give you the warning message. It will allow you to save, but at least this warning message will not become error message at the time of balance carry forward, because till that time you will create this GL account. Only if you have not created this GL account afterwards, then it will result into error. Okay, so these are the two options. Either you provide the retained earning account as a number which is still not created but later on will be created, or you keep it blank and later on, once you created the retained earning account, provide this number here. So both the options are available.
So we can save this.
We can save. If it is warning, we can save.
After created.
Yes. Even afterwards, if you want to change it, you can come here and change it. Okay, if you don't want to change, just create 2010 as a retained earning account, then you don't need to change anything here.
And every time we take X or Y. Or
That is there is a reason, X and Y. As I told you, as of now, don't worry about X, Y, because there is a reason what is X and what is Y. So as of now, just think about saving this. When I'll show you to create the GL accounts, then you will understand what is the difference between X and Y. Okay, so normally 99% of the times customer use just X, but if I use X, then I'll not be able to explain you the process. That is the reason I created two, so that you understand what is the difference between X and Y. Okay, and normally if they are creating two separate, then definitely the reason why they are creating two separate is they have two GL accounts. Okay,
Right.
so I'll show you what exactly it means. Okay, so this is what we have done yesterday, and finally we created one GL account. We were able to create one bank GL account, right? So if I go to FS00, I told you whatever activities we have done in this SPRO, these are the consultants' activities. Okay, this is a consultant, we have to do it. But creation of GL account is something which business will do. This is a master data. This is not a configuration. Okay, because on day-to-day basis they may need to create different GL accounts. But only thing is when you are in the implementation project and you are doing this for the first time. Okay, so whatever I told you yesterday, how will you find out how many GL accounts we need to create in the implementation system? You will first ask the business to provide the list of GL accounts that they are using currently in their system. So if they are using Tally, they will be having some GL accounts. Even if they are not using any system, they might have some manual accounting that they are doing. Even for that, they must have identified what are the list of GL accounts. Okay, so whatever GL accounts are already known to you, that these are the GL accounts that needs to be created before the end user starts performing the transaction. These GL accounts, during the implementation project, we create for them. Okay, but later on, it is a master data. They can keep on adding whenever they want. Okay, we cannot tell the customer, okay, 100 GLs created manually. We have some tools using which we will ask them to provide the information in Excel, and we will upload that Excel at once. Okay, that is the reason for the first time we will be creating these GL accounts, but later on, it will be customer's responsibility. So if they want to create a new GL account, they will not come to the consultant.
So end user.
End user can create on their own, or what happens is if you have 10 end users. Okay, so one end user has a requirement that they want to create a refreshment expense as a GL account. So he has created it. Now another 9 users don't know that refreshment expense is already created. So another user will again, if required, he will create another GL account with the refreshment expenses. So there is a possibility of unnecessarily inconsistencies. Okay, everybody is creating as per their own.
Or we are supporting for any company, so they can request us.
No, exactly. So if I give 10 users the access to create a GL account, there is a possibility that same GL accounts will be created unnecessarily, which will unnecessarily add to the inconsistency and the garbage in the system. Okay, so that is the reason there is normally, if you are working in a big organization, if it is a small company, then definitely this cannot be controlled. They will ask you, we want the access for all the users, and we will make sure that we are not creating the duplicate data, right? But if it is a big organization, normally what they do is they will say, okay, end user, if you need any GL account, you have to request to the master data governance team. There is a master data governance team who are only responsible to create the master data. So it will go to them and they will verify whether if any other user has not already created that. If it is already not there, then only they will create it. So instead of every user is creating as per their wish, it will be master data team who will be responsible to create this. Okay, but definitely not the consultant who will be doing this. Consultant will never create the GL accounts in the production system.
Same thing for deleting the.
Same thing goes for deleting, same thing goes for changing, same thing goes for blocking. You can block the GL account. Okay, but again, all these things will be done by the end user only, not the consultant. Okay, so yesterday we created one GL account, and as I told you, in order to display, change, create, block, delete, there is only one transaction code that you need to remember. It's FS00. Okay, so if you go to FS00, now if I want to see the list of all those GL accounts that are already created in my company code, okay, I'm only able to see one GL account. If I want to see list of all those GL accounts which are available in my company code, I can do one thing, go to settings and click on hierarchy display. Okay, click on this and click on display accounts in navigation tree. Okay, so what will happen is if you press enter, it will tell you this whatever you have done, this will take place only when you restart this transaction. So I'll say yes and I'll restart the transaction, which means again I will go to FS00. Now you see the difference. On the left hand side, it is showing you the hierarchy. Okay, whatever GL accounts you will create, it will show you in the left hand side. Okay, again, if you don't want to see this, if you just want to see this screen, then again you can go to the settings, hierarchy display, and you can tell do not display the navigation tree. This is called as a navigation tree. So you can click on do not display the navigation tree, press enter. Again, you will get message that these changes will take place in the next time you open this screen. So again, if I go to FS00, that navigation tree is gone. Right? So yesterday we created this GL account 2000, where we selected that this is a ICICI bank account number 101. Okay, and within the account group cash and bank. Okay, in the create bank interest tab, I told you field status group is a very important field. This is a mandatory field. Without specifying the field status group, you will not be able to save any GL account. Right? So whatever is logical, because there are different groups available. So for example, when you are creating the material consumption account, which means related to integration, then you will be using G003. Whenever you are creating any expense account, it is a cost account. Any expense, salaries, depreciations, you will be using cost. When you are creating a bank account, this one. When you are creating the materials account, this one. When you are creating the asset account, so these are logical groupings. So you just need to select whatever is relevant. If you think that, okay, whatever I'm trying to create is not available here, then you can go for the general one. General, normally we go for this one, G001, not BA, G001. Okay, so slowly you will be able to understand. Even if you are not able to understand this 100% as of now, don't worry. Whenever we do the transactions, I will tell you what is the significance of these fields. Okay, so now we are done with the basic enterprise structure of FI. Okay, which includes company code and 4 variants. What are those 4 variants? Yes, what are the 4 variants? Posting period variant,
Special periods.
special period,
Physical year, posting period, field status, and chart of accounts.
right? 4 variants. Is there any screen where I can go and see all these 4 variants are assigned to my company code or not? See whatever what
OBY6.
yes. So what we have done till now, we created one by one. We created a fiscal year variant. There is a separate screen where you can assign the fiscal year variant to the company. We created the field status variant. Again, for displaying the field status variant, we can go to the particular T code, right? But if I want a single transaction where I can see what are the different variants assigned to my company code, then what I can do is I can directly go through this transaction OBY6, okay, or I will tell you where exactly you will find this in SPR. So if you go to SPRO, IMG, financial accounting global settings. Okay, here you have global parameters for company code. This is called as global parameters. So whatever global settings that you are assigning to the company code are assigned here. Enter the global parameters. So this is nothing but OBY6. If you remember, I told you how to check what is the T code of this particular transaction. What should I do is I should go to additional information. Again, additional information, display key and IMG activity. So this will give me the T code, last 4 digits. If you just concentrate, this is OBY6. Okay, so every transaction, whatever you are able to see in SPRO, most of them, the last 4 characters are going to be the T code that you can directly enter in this area and it will open this screen automatically. Okay, so enter global parameters for our company code, which is ABCI. Let's double click on this. So you can see it is assigned to chart of accounts ABC0. It is assigned to fiscal year variant V3. It is assigned to field status variant ABC0. and it is assigned to posting period variant ABCI. Right? So one single screen which will give you the complete details about your company code. It is called as global parameters. Same way, if I go for ABCU, double click on this. So this is assigned to same chart of account, but the fiscal year variant is K4 because this is a US company code and it is following Jan to December calendar year. Right? Field status variant is ABC0 and posting period variant is ABCU. Okay, so this company code creation plus 4 variants that you assign, this is creating the basic. I'm not saying all the configuration from FI is done. Basic configuration which is required for the general ledger accounting, that is already completed. Okay, so FI part, basic FI part is already done. Now after this, if I want to do anything, then I have to first configure the basic part of CO. Okay, because we are in SAP S4HANA. See, if you are in SAP ECC, you can survive without CO also. Okay, but just to tell you that CO was not mandatory in ECC. But again, saying that, I'm not saying nobody was using it or the companies were not using it. CO as a basic CO, at least the cost center accounting, profit center accounting, I'll say out of 100 organizations, all 100 will be using at least the basic part of cost center and profit centers. Okay, so in short, although it was not mandatory to use CO earlier, but every company was using it. Okay, but now when we are talking about S4HANA, because it is no more a separate component, which means if you don't set up CO, you'll not be able to do anything in system. So we are at that stage now. If we want to proceed in FI, we have to first create the controlling basic structure. Then only we can proceed with our master data and transactions. Okay, so what do we need in order to set up the CO part? We need to start with creation of controlling area. Okay, so similar to in FI, what we discussed in FI, what are the different organizational elements which are important in FI? So if I want to use financial accounting, can I do this in SAP without creation of company code? Is it okay if I don't create a company code?
No.
Not possible, right? Company code is basic. If you want to use FI, you have to use company code. Without that, you cannot proceed. Similarly, if you want to use CO, for CO, you need to create a controlling area. So if no controlling area, means you cannot use CO. So what we need to do, first thing, we need to create the controlling area. And again, once you create the controlling area, this is also kind of variant. So you have to assign the controlling area to your company code. Okay, let's do this. So I'll go to SPRO. Any questions till now before I start a new topic for today? Anything related to whatever topics we discussed throughout these 5 sessions? Okay, if not, so for controlling in SPRO, you will find a separate folder. Okay, even in S4HANA also. Okay, don't get confused. Let me tell you one thing. In the market, if you go through the YouTube videos, there are some YouTube videos which are, according to me, are not correct. So I've seen some videos which are saying FI and CO, these were 2 separate components earlier, and there were separate consultants who were working on finance and controlling. There was a separate consultant who was working on finance, and there was a separate consultant who was working in controlling. But if you are using S4HANA, you need to, like, one consultant will be responsible for both. FI, CO, both will be looked after by the one consultant. Even FSCM will be looked after by one consultant. Similarly, from the logistics point of view, there is a lot of there are some videos which will tell you, if you are an MM consultant in SAP ECC, if you are a SD consultant in SAP ECC, you were only focusing on one module. But now everything is simple logistics, so you need to know everything. That is not practically possible. Okay, there are consultants who are 10, 12, 15 years of experience into one domain. Okay, so definitely it is an added advantage. I'm not saying no. If you are good at FI also, CO also, FSCM also, that is definitely a very good thing. Okay, but it doesn't mean that if you don't know CO, then you cannot survive in the industry. FI is a separate skill. There are a lot of activities within FI itself. So initial 5 to 6 years, you can easily survive with FI experience. After that, if somebody is hiring you at a good package, then they are expecting FI. Only FI is not enough. You need to have some basic knowledge on C also. But just understand one thing. I have seen some videos which are very 100% they are disturbing. They are saying if you want to become a FICO consultant, you need to know FI also, CO also, FSCM also, which is practically not possible. If you try to learn everything, you will end up learning nothing. Okay, so start with one module, then go for second. After 3-4 years only, you try to learn the other module, and then if required, maybe the third module. Okay, so even as I told you what we are going to do in our course, we are not going to talk about the entire controlling. We are only going to talk about the basic controlling, which each and every company code has to implement, which is mandatory. At least in S4HANA, it is mandatory. So you only need to understand what are the basic components in controlling. We are definitely not going to talk about the advanced topics like product costing and COPA because that requires a separate expertise. Okay, and that I will recommend you to go for only after 3 to 4 years. Okay, so let's go to controlling now. In controlling, you will find general controlling, organization. Okay, and you have this activity called as maintain controlling area. So click on this maintain controlling area and double click on this maintain controlling area again. Okay, so once you double click, it will give you some, these are again warnings. You can ignore it and proceed. Okay, so now you can see there are different controlling areas which are already created here, but we want to create our new one. So whenever you want to create a new in SAP, you need to click on this new entries. Whatever is your controlling area, so my controlling area again I will create at the global level. I will not create a separate controlling area for India and US. Okay, company code it is a legal entity. I cannot create a common. Chart of account I have created at the group level. Okay, controlling area also I am creating at a group level. So I'll create ABC 0 because it is at group level. Okay, whatever the name that you want to give this controlling area. So this is CO area for ABC chemicals. Okay, person responsible, you can if that person is already created as a user in the system. So for example, I am created as my user ID. So my user ID is this one. So I can assign my user ID here. But normally 99% of the times you will find this field is blank in the customer's environment. Okay, so this is the user ID, the user ID that I use to log in into the system. Okay, and this is a place where you need to tell the system that your controlling area is going to be for one company code or multiple company codes. So what we decided just now, we will have a same controlling area for two company codes, which means controlling area same as company code is not the right option. This is 1:1. So we are going for cross company code cost account, which means multiple company codes will be assigned to one controlling area. So select cross company code cost accounting. Now similar to FI, in FI we define the currency. So for ABCI we define currency as INR, and for ABCU we define currency as USD. Same way you can have a different currency for controlling area also. So one company code is INR, second company code is USD. So what currency you want to keep for your controlling area? That is something that you need to define here.
So globally, everyone takes USD.
Exactly. So normally, if you are doing the group level reporting, again it depends. Yeah. See, if your company is Indian company, if your parent company is Indian,
so
and you are you have the branches in US, you have the legal entities in UK, but ultimately you want to club all of them, the global reporting. Let's say you want to make it at INR because my parent company is INR. Okay, but it is not necessary. Even if my parent company is in INR, I can say, okay, I want the global reporting at USD. Right? So that thing you need to enter here. What is your currency that you want to report into? So currency type, you should select this controlling area currency. Okay, controlling area currency, and then you need to enter what currency you want to use. So let's say I want to use USD as my global currency. Okay, so whatever transactions I will post in India also, whenever I'm booking any expense in India, it will be recorded in USD also. I will be able to see the report in USD also. Okay. Then the chart of accounts. What are the chart of accounts that we created? What is the chart of account assigned to our company codes? ABC0, right? So same chart of account we need to specify here. What is the chart of account? Sorry, what is the fiscal year variant that we need to assign here? Now, one very important thing, because of which we will not be able to assign both our company codes to controlling area, is if you want the same controlling area to be assigned to two company codes, that two company codes must follow same chart of account and same fiscal year variant. Okay, but our fiscal year variants for company code India is V3 and for US it is K4, which means from the technical point of view we cannot have the same controlling area. So what we need to do in that case is we need to go back and we have to create controlling area same as company code. We have to create one by one. But if all our company codes are following the same chart of account, same fiscal year variant, then we can easily come here and we can assign the same controlling area. Okay, so controlling area same as company code. If you are using controlling area same as company code, then the currency type should be 10, which is company code currency. Okay, so your whatever transactions you will do, they will be recorded in the same currency of company code. Your currency will automatically get changed to INR. Okay, chart of account is fine. You are using ABC0 and fiscal year variant because this is for let's say this first one I am creating for ABCI. Okay, so for ABCI fiscal year variant is V3, right? And this is the mandatory field, cost center standard hierarchy. Okay, what exactly it means, no need to worry. As of now, just provide the same code of controlling area. So ABCI. Okay, let's try to save it first. Save. It is asking standard hierarchy ABCI, which we provided just now, does not exist. So it is still not created. Should system ABCI be created as a standard hierarchy? So do you need to create it now? We will say yes, we want to create it. Just say yes. Okay, this is done. So this will create the controlling area for us. Okay, just press enter. Is it created or not? Let's try to save it again. You not got the message, right?
Yes.
Normally you will get a message here. Data was saved, successfully saved. Yes. Okay, data already saved. Yeah, it was saved already. Okay, so our controlling area is created. What we need to do now is we need to assign this controlling area to our company code. So this is here, assignment of company code. So ABCI will be assigned to company code ABCI. Enter and save. Okay, so you need to come to assignment of company code and you need to assign your company code to the controlling area. This is 1:1. Okay, if you are using cross company code controlling, then you need to assign multiple company codes here. Right, so let's assume if both our company codes were using same fiscal year variant, then we could have selected cross company code controlling and then here we could have added two different company codes.
ABCI also we want to in USD, so we can take it.
No, if you are using 1:1, see currently what we have one controlling area assigned to one company code. In that case, your controlling area must be same as company code. Yes, currently must be same as company code. But if you are using cross company code, yes, Sadik, you have a question? Okay. Okay, so we assigned the controlling area to our company code. The next one is activate the components. Okay, what does it mean? So I told you in CO, what are the different components? If you remember on day one, we discussed what are the different submodules in controlling.
Copa. Then
Yes, we have COPA,
Cost
product
center
cost.
accounting, profit center accounting, product costing.
Yes, cost center accounting, profit center accounting, right? These are some different
Yeah.
submodules that we have within controlling. Now, this is a place where you need to tell the system out of all these modules, which modules are you using for this controlling area. So if you click on new, it will ask you from which year. So I'm using this controlling area from 2019 onwards. If I press enter, automatically it will take 9999, which means valid for lifetime. Cost center component by default not active. If I want to active cost center accounting, I'll click on component active. There is another component called as internal order. So by default not active. I will activate this also. Okay, same way, commitment management. This is profitability analysis, which means COPA. So if I want to activate COPA, there is a separate procedure. It will not allow you from here, but from here you can control whether that particular functionality is active or not. So as of now, I activated cost center accounting and order management from controlling area. Okay, so these are called as control indicators. These are called as activating the components. Okay, so now we told the system that starting from 2019 in SAP, in ABCI controlling area, cost center accounting and internal order accounting is active. This controlling area settings are always slow. So even when you are practicing, it will be a little bit slow, mainly on the taste system because you have many company codes which are already set up here. Okay, if you are working in the production environment, customer environment, it will not take that much time. Okay, so now our controlling area is done for ABCI. Same thing we have to do for ABCU also, but I'll not do as of now because maybe let's do it because again it will revise your concepts. So how do we do that? We have to go to the controlling, general controlling, organization and maintain controlling area. Again, I'll double click on maintain controlling area. You will get this message, just press enter, click on new entry, just provide whatever code you want. So ABCU, okay, whatever name you want. So this is CO area, maybe for last one we have to change it to India. So this is CO area for company code ABCU, right? Person responsible, I am keeping the blank. This is 1:1, so controlling area same as company code. Currency type, as I told you, if you are using controlling area same as company code, your controlling area currency would be same as company code currency. It will not allow you any other currency. So if you do F4, it will only show you 10 and it will automatically take USD. Right? Chart of account, again it has took automatically. Okay, if the company code is same, it will automatically fetch this data. So chart of account ABC 0 and fiscal year warrant K4 because of US company code. Right? Again, cost center standard hierarchy it is asking. I told you to copy whatever you have here. So A, B, C, U. Okay, and try to save. You will get this message that this standard hierarchy doesn't exist. Do you want the system to create it? You will say yes, create it. Okay, so this will set up the controlling area. Next step is assign the controlling area to your company code. And the third step is activate the components. So create controlling area, assign to company code, activate components. These are the three things that you need to do from controlling area settings. The transaction code for this screen that we are using is OKKP. In order to set up the controlling area, we use transaction code OKKP. So either you come via the path or you can directly go to transaction OKKP. Okay, controlling area is created. Next one is assignment, new entry. So our company code is ABCU. Press enter. And last one is activate the components. So new entry, starting from 2019, cost center accounting active, internal order accounting, that is order management active, and save it. Okay, if you are getting this, this is an information message. Okay, information message, no need to worry, just press continue. So basically there are three types of messages you get: information, warning, and error. Okay, so let me show you what are the different kind of messages that you will get. Number one is information. Number two is warning. And number three is error. Information will be shown with green signal. No issue. Warning will be shown with yellow. And error will be shown with red. So information we can avoid, warning we can avoid. If it is error, we cannot avoid. We have to solve that issue, then only it will allow us to go further. Okay, any questions till now? Done. So our two controlling areas are now ready.
Out of 4 we do two.
Why 4? 2, no?
Controlling profit center, cost center.
Okay, out of the components, no, there are multiple components. I just give you this example. Not only this 4, there are a lot of other components also in controlling area. Okay, but we activated cost center accounting and internal order accounting. Okay, for profit center accounting, there was no option here. In this activity, it was not showing us how to activate the profit center. It has only shown us how to activate the cost center, internal order. So if I go for ABCI, so from here, I can only activate cost center and other things, but profit center it is not showing here. So for profit center, there is a new setup. There is a separate setup in SPRO. Okay, and that is again mandatory. Okay, without profit center accounting, we cannot go further. So how are we going to do that? Let's go to SPRO once again. IMG, controlling, last one, profit center accounting, basic settings, controlling area settings, and maintain the controlling area settings. Our controlling area is ABCI. Okay, so here we need to activate, see, activate an activation indicator. So starting from year 2019, we want to activate profit center accounting, but it is also asking you two mandatory fields. Number one is standard hierarchy. So earlier, when we created the controlling area, there also it has asked the standard hierarchy for cost center. This is a standard hierarchy for profit center. So again, I'll give the same code, ABCI, whatever is here. Okay, and profit center local currency type. What will be the currency type for the profit center accounting? So if you do F4, it is asking controlling area currency, group currency, profit center currency. So we should go with 20. That is controlling area currency. Okay, click on confirm and we are done. So this will activate profit center accounting in our controlling area. Cost center accounting we have done in the controlling area settings itself, but profit center accounting we have to do separately. Okay, so again I will go to maintain controlling area settings. I need to change the controlling area. See, it is automatically taking us to this controlling area. If I click on maintain controlling area settings, it is not asking us another controlling area. So what we can do is just remember this transaction OKKS. Sorry, OKKA. OKKA is a transaction. Just give me a minute. Why the Okay. OKKS is a transaction which will allow you to change the controlling area. So if you make it ABCU, enter. Now if you go back to your IMG, click on maintain controlling area settings. See, it is automatically opening ABCU. Okay, so for changing the controlling area, transaction code is OKKS. So again, standard hierarchy, ABCU, profit center local currency type, which will be current controlling area currency, and active indicator would be active starting from year 2019. Okay, and save it. So now both the controlling areas are created. Our FI is assigned to, our company codes are assigned to two separate controlling areas. ABCI is having controlling area ABCI, ABCU is having controlling area ABCU. Okay, just remember this thing, this is asked in the exam. If I want to use the same controlling area for company codes, what are the two important things that must be same? So it is chart of account and fiscal year variant. Your chart of account and fiscal year variant must be same if you want to use the same controlling area for the company codes. Clear? Any questions till now? Yes, Shiva, Divya.
No, no questions. Fine.
Okay. Shiva, you also unmuted. Do you have any questions? Okay. If not, let's proceed. So why we created the controlling area? What is the need of creation of controlling area? What is controlling? What is controlling? What are we going to do in the controlling module? Just now we activated two things, right? Which two components? Cost center accounting, profit center accounting. What is cost center accounting? What is the difference between cost center and profit center? Just look at the name, cost, profit. What is the difference between cost and profit?
Cost is expenses and profit is income.
Cost is expenses and profit is income plus expenses. Profit is not only income.
Yeah.
Profit is income minus expenses. So which means cost center is a particular area which will only do expenses. Cost center means only that particular entity which is just making the expenses without making any income. Profit centers are those centers in the organization which are generating the incomes as well as they are doing the expenses. Can you give me the examples? Who are the ones who are the cost centers and what can be the example for the profit centers? Am I audible? Because there are a lot of experienced guys in this session. At least I'm expecting the answer from you.
Cost center, that means that we are going to expense, like we have company and we set up a global service center. So from that service center, we are not getting any income.
Right.
We are already paying to salaries to employees.
Right.
So that is our cost.
Perfect.
In
So
manufacturing company, we generated the income also and doing some expenses to manufacturing to make any product. So raw material we are taking. So there is profit we also gain and expenses also we are doing.
Right. What he answered is, let's say if you are working in a company and you are working in the global support. Okay, so if you are working in the global service, many of you in this session are coming from the end user background. So as an end user, you are working either in the accounting department or you are working in the IT department. So this accounting department, is it making any sales? IT department, is it making any sales? They are just doing the expenses. HR department is not generating any revenue. Admin department is not generating any revenue. Production department is not running any revenue. Okay, so all these departments which are just making expenses, which are not generating any income, those departments are called as cost centers. Okay, cost centers means the area where only the cost is incurred. There is no income. Then what would be the profit center? Profit center can be, let's say, if I give you this example, in this company, ABCI Limited, this is manufacturing. ABCI means India, right? So ABCI is manufacturing two products. One is fertilizers. This is a chemical company, right? So fertilizers and pesticides. Now, if I want to know, I can generate the total income of ABCI. If I want to know total profit of ABC India, I can go to the company code level and I can easily find out what is the total profit done by ABCI. Okay, but if I want to know how much profit was generated for fertilizers and how much profit was generated for pesticides, so these are my products. So if I want to generate product-wise profit, then my products are nothing but my profit centers. Okay, same way, I'm just giving you example. It is not necessary that the product will be always the profit center. It can be other way around also. Within ABCI, I have two manufacturing units. One in Pune, second is in Mumbai. Right? And I want to generate the profit based on the location. So Pune and Mumbai can be my profit centers. Okay, so profit centers can be any area where the income as well as expenses done. So for the location also you can have income plus expenses. For the product wise also you can have locations and incomes and expenses. That is the reason your profit centers can be normally most of the time the locations we create in SAP as business areas, not the profit centers. There is another concept in SAP called as business areas. So normally whatever locations you have, for locations we create the business areas. At business area level also you can generate the profit center account report, right? But for products we normally create profit centers. So assuming that ABCI is manufacturing fertilizers and pesticides, fertilizers are manufactured at Pune, pesticides are manufactured in Mumbai. Okay, this is just to help you in understanding how these things are relevant to each other. So my Pune plant is only manufacturing fertilizers and my Mumbai plant is only manufacturing pesticides. And the user is asking that I want to generate my profit reporting based on fertilizers and pesticides. So what I will do, I will create profit centers as fertilizers and pesticides. And I will create the cost centers as, so within cost centers, first thing I need to have the separate departments in Pune. Okay, I have two locations and then Mumbai. So in Pune also I have admin department, I have HR department, I have IT department, I have sales department, right? I have production department, right? So these are the cost centers. Whenever I am getting any expenses, whenever I am booking any expenses, either it is related to admin. Let's say Pune is organizing a party for all the employees. Okay, Pune plant is taking everyone for dinner. So there will be good amount of expenses. So that expenses will be either booked in the admin or HR, whoever is organizing that event, right? All the salaries will go to the HR. All the admin related activities will go to admin. If IT department is handling the tickets and they are doing the global support, then IT department will be the cost center. Sales department, whatever sales related activities they are doing, the promotions, whatever is the salary of the sales department, that will be the cost center, that will go under the cost center sales. And whatever you are manufacturing, whatever manufacturing activities are going on, that will go to the production. Okay, so you can have same cost centers in Mumbai also. right? So these are cost centers and these are profit centers. Is it clear now?
Yes.
What is the difference between the cost center and the profit center? Okay, and now even we activated cost center accounting and profit center accounting. But now we have to tell the system that these are our cost centers and these are our profit centers. So we need to create these profit centers and we need to create these cost centers. Clear? So let's try to create profit centers first. Okay, we don't create cost centers first, we create profit centers first, because when you are creating the cost center, in cost center you can directly assign the profit center also. Okay, I'll show you. So first you need to create these two profit centers. So in order to create a profit center, what do you think? Profit center will be created by whom? By the consultant or by the end user? Profit center is also kind of master data. So cost centers, profit centers, they don't need consultants to create. This can be directly created by the business end users. Okay, again it will go to the master data team. Right? So for creation of profit center, we'll go to accounting. Within accounting, we'll go to controlling, profit center accounting. Okay, this is easy access. This is not SPRO. Okay, because this is the end user activity. So master data, profit center, individual processing, and this is the transaction code to create a profit center, KE51. Double click on this. So it will ask you which profit center you want to create. So I want to create profit center fertilizers. Okay, you can give 10 characters here. Again, alphanumeric. Okay, so it will only allow you 10 characters. In which controlling area you want to create it? We are doing it for India, right?
Right.
So ABCI. Okay, press enter. Here you need to specify the name, which can be same. This is fertilizers. Only mandatory information you need to enter. So the person responsible, I don't know the name, I'll say manager, whoever is a manager. Right? You can write the actual name of the person who is responsible for this fertilizers. So normally in a company, in ABC India, there will be CEO. Okay, then there will be sales heads. So there will be separate sales heads for fertilizers. There will be separate sales head for pesticides, product head. So that product head will be responsible for profitability of this. So if we are not making enough profit, he will be questionable, right? Why there is no particular, why you are not generated this much income? This manager will be responsible for entire profitability of this particular profit center. Okay, but again, in the companies also normally they don't maintain this information in the system. They already know, okay, fertilizers who is responsible. Okay, but you can maintain it. Then you have profit center group. Okay, so if you remember, we created profit center hierarchy. We copied same ABCI. So if you do F4, it will come automatically. Okay, I'll show you what exactly it is. Segment, I'm not entering anything as of now. Later on, I'll tell you what is segment. So this is how you create a profit center. You need to specify the 10 digits code, or it can be less than 10 digits, not necessary, maximum 10 digits. Name you have to provide. By default, it will pick from 1st of the year, so 1st of Jan 2019. Person responsible, profit center group, and don't just save it. If you save, it will be saved in the inactive status. You will not be able to use it. For profit centers, you have to activate it. Click on this activate button and this profit center will be created. So profit center fertilizer has been created. I need to create the second one, which is pesticides. Okay, enter. Same way, pesticides. Person responsible, I will enter again the manager, and profit center group again would be same ABCI. Okay, and save it. So see, I saved it. That is the reason it is saying it is inactive. If you want to activate it, you have to click on this activate button. So now it has been created. So now we have two profit centers. Same way, we have to create cost centers also. So same thing, you just instead of profit center accounting, you need to go to cost center accounting. Cost center accounting, master data, cost center, individual processing, KS01 is a transaction code to create a cost center. So double click on this. Now how many cost centers we want? We want total 10 cost centers. 5 for Pune, 5 for Mumbai. So we need to give the proper coding also so that we can easily remember what exactly we are creating. So I'll say PU-ADM, Pune admin. Right? Valid from 1st of the year, 01/01/2019, or maybe 01/04 because this is for India, April to March. So 01/04/2019, press enter. Name, this is Pune/admin. Again, whatever is mandatory information, person responsible, I'll write manager. Cost center category. Okay, so if you again do F4, select the most relevant. What do you think? For admin, which should I use? Last one, right? Administration. So just double click on administration. Hierarchy display, hierarchy area. If you remember, we created ABCI, but what I told you here is I want within my cost center hierarchy, I want to create a Pune group first. And within Pune, I want to create these cost centers. Similarly, I need to create another group Mumbai. Within Mumbai, I need to add this. But if I show you my hierarchy as of now, if you go to accounting, controlling, cost center accounting, master data, standard hierarchy. Standard hierarchy, double click on change. So see, as of now, just the top node is created, ABCI. Now within this, I want two more nodes, Pune and Mumbai. Okay, this is what we created at the time of controlling area. So if I want two nodes, just right click on this and you can see create a group at the lower level. So this is my top node. Within this, I want to create another group. What group I want to create? One is Pune. Okay, just press enter. This is created. Again, double click here and say create a group on the same level. Okay, so this would be Mumbai. Okay, and save. Now, once this is done, if you go back to your cost center creation, if you do F4, it will show you three groups. So where exactly it should be created? This cost center is Pune admin. So it should be created under the group of Pune. Okay. Business area we have not created, right? We can create two business areas also, Pune and Mumbai, which are our locations. Right? But this is optional. So I'm not filling this as of now. Currency should be same as your company code currency, which is INR. And as I told you, you need to assign the profit center here. So Pune admin, whatever expenses are going to book in Pune admin, it is under Pune. And Pune is manufacturing what? Fertilizer. So what we mean is whenever any expense is booked in Pune admin, it will go to the profit center fertilizers. Okay, so expenses of this profit center will not directly go to the profit center, they will come via the cost center. Whenever I am booking any expense, admin, HR, IT, whatever expense I am booking, it will automatically from cost center, it will flow to the profit center. Whenever I am booking revenues, incomes, at that time I will not use cost center. Income is not for cost center. Income is directly for the profit center. So whenever I am booking any income, whenever I am saying, okay, I made a revenue for this particular product, then I need to select this profit center. So income will come directly to profit center. Expenses will come to profit center via the cost center. Okay, and ultimately I will be able to see the profit based on income minus expense. Okay, if you are not able to correlate, don't worry. I know today's topics are a little bit on the higher side, but when you do the practice, Okay, once we start doing the transactions, we will again revisit these topics, whatever we have done today, and I will show you what is the relevance of these things. Okay, and click on save. There is no activation here. For cost center, there is no activation. Just click on save. So there is some error. Hierarchy is at present blocked against changes. Why it is blocked? Because I'm in that screen. So I'm in the change mode, right? So just come out of the screen, hierarchy changes, and then again go back and try to save it. Okay, so cost center has been created. Same way, I'll create one more cost center. This time, let's say it is MUM admin. Okay, so this is Mumbai dash admin. Person responsible will be manager. This is W. Hierarchy display would be, hierarchy area would be Mumbai. Okay, currency would be INR, and profit center would be what I'm manufacturing at Mumbai plant? Pesticides. Clear? Any questions till now?
We can make a profit center and a cost center in numeric ways also.
Profit center and cost center in numeric. Yes, it is alphanumeric. Alphanumeric. But normally, again, I have never seen companies who are using in numeric. Alphanumeric is fine.
No, we've seen in our company when we posting the invoice, so there is one profit center, cost center came on numeric.
What is the number?
Maybe they located plant in numeric base.
Okay. Possible. See, it is possible. You can create cost center, profit center as a numeric code also. Okay, but I have not seen it. So if your company is using, it is possible. I'm not saying it is not possible. It is alphanumeric. But normally people use the alpha characters itself. Okay, it is easy to understand. Na? If it is a code, then you will not be able to understand what it is. See, this is a logical coding. So it is admin of Mumbai. But if it is a code, you need to see the description. You will not be able to see looking at the code level. Okay, so now we are done with the basic configuration related to controlling also. So in FI, we created a company code, then we assigned 4 variants, and finally we created GL account. In controlling, we created a controlling area, we assigned the controlling area, we activated the components, and then we created profit center and cost center. Right? Now, one document we will post, and you will be able to recollect all the things that we have done till now. Okay, so in order to post that document, we only created one GL account. How many GL accounts we created till now?
Only one bank.
Only bank. So if I want to do the accounting transaction, can I do with one GL account? I can do, but I have to debit and credit the same GL. There is no point. Right? So let's say I want to create a new GL of type expense. Okay, and in that expense, I have to very clearly say that this belongs to admin department of Pune. Right? So for expenses, the number range that we decided yesterday was starting with 4000. Right? So 4000 in company code ABCI, and I want to create a new GL account. So GL account type for expense account.
And
If it is expense account,
Profit and loss.
profit and loss, but there is no profit and loss here. There are 4 account types.
Non-operating expenses.
Non-operating, okay. Let's understand one by one. Is it a balance sheet account?
No.
Only assets and liabilities are the balance sheet account, right? Is it a secondary cost account? It is only used for controlling purpose, right? Secondary cost means whatever postings we are doing in controlling. So it is one of these two. Both are expenses and revenues, right? So what should we select? There is one simple logic. If you want to post anything in this GL account and you want it to be automatically updated in CO also, okay? So whenever I will be posting anything in this GL account, I want the CO also to be updated. So if I want CO to be updated, then I will use primary cost or revenue. When I say non-operating means this GL account I am only using in FI, there is no relevance in CO. So whenever I am booking the expense, if I go for primary cost, it will ask me for which cost center you are booking the expense. It will go to the controlling also. But if I go for non-operating, this expense will remain in FI itself. It will never go to CO. Right? So I want CO. That is the reason I will select primary cost or revenue. Under this account group, which account group I should select?
Expenses.
The classroom guys are very active, but online guys, I don't know whether they are sleeping or what. They are not active at all today. Yeah, yes, Chandrika, you were saying something.
Expenses.
Expenses, right? We created yesterday different groups, account groups, and that is exactly what it is asking here. So it is expenses. Now you can see here it is asking you profit and loss statement account type. This will only ask for primary and non-operating. So expense and revenues, income and expenses accounts. This field will be only applicable when you are creating a GL account by using non-operative expense or primary cost or revenue. Okay, let me show you. If I open another screen, again with FS00, okay, and if I try to create another GL account 4001, sorry, if I try to create another GL account 2001 as a balance sheet account, so new, okay, and if I select here balance sheet and account group would be, let's say, cash and bank, okay, just look at this, just concentrate here what will happen. So if I click on cash and bank, see this has become deactive. It is not allowing me to do anything. So this will only get activated when you are creating the profit and loss account. Okay, clearly saying it, profit and loss. It is not for balance sheet or secondary cost element. Okay, so this will be active only for profit and loss accounts. Now if you do F4, it will show you X and Y. That is the reason, in order to show you this particular thing, I created X and Y. Why this is created, what is exactly the purpose of this is, all the profit and loss accounts at the time of balance carry forward, the balance will be transferred to retained earning account, right? But if I have multiple retained earning accounts, then where exactly the balance of this account should go? See, in this case, I have two retained earning accounts, 2010, 2011. So where exactly you want to send the values, to 2010 or 2011? Whatever is the balance of this GL account, you want to send it to 2010 or 2011? Depends. I'm not asking you what should I select. I'm just telling you it totally depends based on the customer. So normally 90% of the time you will find there is only one retained earning account. Okay, so there is no question, we just go for X. We never create Y. Okay, but there are 5-10% of the customers who say no, we want to have two separate retained earning accounts for two different purposes. Then they need to be very clear which GL account will be assigned to X, which GL account will be assigned to Y. At the time of balance carry forward, based on what settings you are defining here, system will post into the balance carry forward. It will perform the balance carry forward based on these settings. Clear now why we defined the retained earning account in the chart of accounts? Okay, so this is used for the retained earning account. So I'll go for X, which means I'm telling the system whatever would be the balance of this GL account, transfer to 2010. Okay, and now when you select this GL account type, primary cost or revenue, this means you want to post in controlling also. Now if you want to post in controlling, similar to GL account in FI, in CO we have a cost element. Yesterday we had a discussion regarding the cost element. We discussed in ECC there was a separate screen to create a GL account and there was a separate screen to create a cost element. Now in one single transaction you will be able to create a cost element also. If you go to control data, this new field will pop up, cost element category. So system will automatically create a GL account as well as cost element using one single transaction, FS00. Right? So cost element category, you only need to select just to F4. For cost, we select 0, 1. For expenses, we select 1. For revenues, we select 11. Okay, as of now, don't get confused with others. Just remember to, whenever we are creating any revenue account, we will use 11. Whenever we are creating any expense account, we will use 0, 1. Okay, and in create bank interest tab, which field status group I should select for the expense accounts? Just now I told you, half an hour back. 001 is general. If you think that there is no matching account, but for expenses, it means cost account.
G004 should be.
Yes, G004, which is for cost accounts. Okay, and save it. So our GL account is created. It is asking some mandatory information. We are not provided the description. So this is travel expense. Okay, let's try to save it now. So this GL account has been created. Same way, I'll try to create one revenue. So 3000. My revenues are starting with 3 in my account group settings. Right, click on new. This will be what? Is it balance sheet?
No.
Is it secondary cost?
No.
Do I want to post it into controlling? If yes, if the answer is yes, primary. If the answer is no, this is my non-operating and I don't want to post into CO, then non-operating. Okay, so if I go with primary cost or revenue, account group would be revenues, right? Here also I need to provide. So I'll select X. Short text. This is my operating revenue. Or if I go with this sheet, what are the GL accounts that we need to create? Sale from goods, right? You can create maybe sales from goods. Okay. Control data. In the cost element category, what should I select now? Revenue, right? 11. Because this is a revenue GL. And in create bank interest tab, field status group S4, I should see if there is anything related to revenue or income. So if you see G0 to 9, this is related to revenues. Okay, double click here and click on save. So now we have sufficient GL accounts for making the postings. Okay. So for
Vikram, you said that these all settings can done by end user also, right? GL accounts creation.
Yes, GL account creation, this is normally done by the end user. Only during the time of first implementation, when we need to pick the data from their existing system, from maybe Tele or whatever system they are using currently. So only during the implementation, we create this GL masters. But later on, as a day-to-day activity, the end user is responsible to create any new GL accounts they want. Either the end user by self or himself, or maybe they can request to the master data team.
Okay. And how we will know that which GL account will come under which group?
Which GL account will come under which group? That end user must know, right? When
Okay.
end user
As a consultant, should we know?
No, as a consultant, we are not responsible for any of this. Even when we are creating during the implementation project, we will send them the template. They have to provide us the code. They have to provide us the company code. They have to provide us the description. They have to provide us the account group. This all things we are expecting end users to provide us.
Okay.
See, we are not the owners of this master data. This is whatever we are doing based on what requirements we are getting from the end users. So normally what we do, we create a template, we create an Excel sheet in which what we will do, let me show you, during the time of new implementation. So if we are expecting this data from the end users, we will just give them the blank Excel sheet. So what is GL account number? What would be type? What would be group? What would be the text? What would be the cost element category? And what would be the field status group? Right, so this is kind of information, this is kind of Excel sheet which we give to the end user. They fill this information for us, and once this information is available to us, we upload normally the Excel file, we directly upload in the system. Towards the end, I will also show you how to upload what is LSMW and how to upload the master data which is received from the business into the SAP system. So using that tool, we directly upload this file.
Okay.
Okay, so if the user has given the wrong group, it is not our responsibility. We will tell the user that, see, we provided you the sheet. You have given this data. That is the reason we uploaded like this. So we are not responsible if the data is uploaded wrong. Okay, if the data is given correctly, we uploaded it wrongly, then we are responsible. But if the data itself was not given properly, then we don't need to worry about that. Clear? Because we will be getting 500, 600 GLs, and we are not going to check each and every one whether he has given properly or not. Only some validations we perform. It should not happen that there are only 4 groups and he has given the 5th group, which is not there in SAP at all. Then even SAP will not take it. It will not upload it. It will throw the error that this group doesn't exist. Clear?
Got it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so actually I can continue, but I see the faces here, at least in the classroom. I think although we have not discussed much today, but whatever topics we discussed, those were enough for today. So let's do one thing. We will close today, but before I close, I want you to go through the uh, slides which I shared with you already, and at the same time, I want you to configure some of the things in the system. So which means I want to give you the assignment which you need to submit by Wednesday. Okay, so let me tell you what is your assignment for
I did
today's.
not receive any slides files, Vikram.
Okay, what I'll do is, Chandrika, maybe I'll take your ID from Krishna and I will make sure that I will directly send you all these documents now.
Okay.
So Krishna, sorry, Chandrika and Krishna, you two are coming from Krishna's side, right? Anyone else is joining from? Yeah, Chandrika and Krishna. So I will just take your email IDs from Krishna and I will send you the document. All others,
For
Minal,
me,
Shrikant,
yeah.
all of you are getting the documents?
Yes, I am receiving the document.
Yes, Vikram.
Okay. So what are you going to do? Number 1, what is the difference between company and company code? This you have to answer. Okay, if you don't know, do Google whatever you want, but you just write the answer. Number 2, customer is into manufacturing of, or yeah, manufacturing of seats or whatever you want, manufacturing of computers or laptops. Okay, this is a scenario. A customer is into the manufacturing of laptops, got 2 legal entities, one in US, second in India. Okay. In US, fiscal year to be followed is Jan to December. In India, the fiscal year that is followed is April to March. Again, US posting should be possible in current plus previous 2 months. Okay, so which means posting should be possible in 7th, 8th, and 9th month. Okay, sorry, in US, yeah, 7th, 8th, and 9th, because we are currently in the 9th month. In India, posting only possible in current month. Okay, create and assign.
2 months means Vikram, 2 months means we can give 7 and 9, right?
7 to 9, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Create and assign field status variant. They are following, both the company codes are following or not following, let's say they use separate GL accounts. Okay, so in our case, we created one common chart of account. In this case, I want you to create 2 separate chart of accounts and assign it to your company codes. Okay, we need to decide the groups. Okay, so create chart of account, create account groups, retained earning account, and assignment to company codes. Okay, next one is set up a separate controlling area. Can I set up the same controlling area? My chart of accounts are also different, so
No.
not possible at all. Right? So set up a separate controlling area for both company codes. Okay, activate cost center accounting, profit center accounting, okay, and internal order accounting, order management. Create at least 20 GL accounts, whatever you want. Okay, you have the list. If you want, you can take this list, whatever GL accounts we provided here, just create those 20 GL accounts. What was writing? What, sorry. Yeah, so documents. Yes, create at least 20 GL accounts, 5 profit centers, and 10 cost centers in each company code. Okay, so total 40, 10, and 20. Okay, so this is what you need to do for today, for this week, and next week I will give you the GL transactions. So how to post the document, how to park the document, what are the document types, what are the different document number ranges, what is the tolerance group. There are a lot of interesting topics to follow. So see now, if you be serious, if you work on this as soon as our topic is completed, you will definitely get benefited out of this course. But if you think, okay, maybe after 3-4 weeks, once everything is complete, I will sit and practice, that is never going to happen. Okay, so this will not take more than 2-3 hours. Okay, so even if you do 1 hour per day, meeting from today or tomorrow, definitely you will be able to complete in 2 to 3 hours. But if you keep these things, once everything will be done, then I'll start, that will never happen. Okay, so I'll just give you this on the mail so that you follow this procedure. Okay, and I want the screenshots. Whatever you are doing, you need to submit the same document. Whatever document you are getting now, you need to submit this same document with the screenshots. Clear? So I'm not expecting that you take the screenshot of 20 GL accounts. What you can do is you create 20 GL accounts and show me the navigation tree. I shown you the navigation tree, right? So just show me the 20 GL accounts that you have created. Okay, is
Vikram,
it
I have a
possible?
question.
Yes.
This is the way the customer give the requirement to the consultant.
Not exactly. Okay, so as I told you, got two legal entities. This is yes, this will be given by the customer. Even this will be given by the customer. Okay, and this you have to discuss with the business whether they want to use a separate chart of account or same chart of account. Okay, so don't worry about that because I'm going to explain you later on. Even I will be showing some sample business blueprint documents also, how the business blueprint documents are created. But it will be too early if I explain that now because first you need to understand the basic enterprise structure so that you are in the position to understand the technical terms used in the business blueprint document.
Okay. 5 profit centers means which one we have to take, Vikram?
Whatever, it is totally up to you. You have to think in that way now. Okay, so you have to think in if it is a manufacturing company of laptops, what can be my profit center? My
Okay.
profit centers can be the different models that I'm manufacturing within Dell. Let's say Dell is my company. You have to decide. Somebody will decide, okay, HP is my customer. Somebody will decide Dell is my customer. Now within HP, what are my profit centers? So these are the 5 different models that HP manufactures. These are my profit centers. Or maybe these are the different 5 locations which are manufacturing locations where the manufacturing takes place. So these are my 5 profit centers. So that is completely up to you. You can think in that way and you can come up with this configuration.
Please send me the documents, Vikram. Please don't forget.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, and recordings also.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, for me also, Vikram. Divya here.
Yeah, Divya. I'll send it to you. Don't worry.
Oh,
Maybe
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
hi.
another 1 hour you will get all these things.
Oh, hi, Vikram. I'm Suganya. I also need to get the recordings and the material.
So earlier ones you are not received, Suganya?
Only one I received.
Okay, let me check. I'll forward it to you. All of these.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
Vikram, by what time will receive the access for the server access?
Yes. Server access. So along with the document, you will also get the server access. So if you are not getting all these things, you have my mail ID, right? Maybe I'll
Yeah.
write it here. This is my mail ID for all. So if you have any questions if till the night today or till the afternoon today, if you are not getting all these things, what you need to start, just write me on this mail and I will make sure that is arranged for you. Okay.
Okay, Vikram. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.